That's what we can.
No problem. Well, you know, I see a picture.
I know where.
Just you and me.
We can do this moment. The worst is her and I knew it was gonna be quick then.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Hey, Pat, can you let Doug know it's 5:45?
I'm sorry.
Can you let Doug know it's 5:45?
The case replacement, start this.
It's much easier with Doug.
Yeah.
Is that the new, butler, the ones I'm the one.
Yeah.
Ground rabbit. Made it. All right, it is, July 15th, 5:46 p.m. We're gonna call this finance committee meeting to order. Present are council members Lang, Goss, Chu, Hauser, and Marmee. First item is the unappropriated balance sits at $627,730. And the balance of the budget stabilization fund is at $736,850. First item on the agenda is a request for appropriation in the amount of $106,356.95.
Yeah, I'll speak to that. Thank you. We went through and, council approved resolution 2445 to send opioid money to LMH to help with their Shepherd Hill program. And now this is asking to appropriate those dollars, through the first half of this year to pay it up.
Motion, second. Motion by Lang, second by Hauser. Questions and or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of sentence on full council signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-0. Thank you very much, Mr. Bank. Next item on the agenda is a request for appropriation amount of $225,730.08.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. What we have is some ARP funds, and you want to transfer that into a heating and cooling account for the tower. As you can imagine, the tower is an old building. It's run on 2 different systems that haven't been updated for years. The city owns the basement, the first and the second floor, and it's something we're working on a collaborative effort to try to stabilize the heating and cooling. So we thought we would put the ARP money into the PO, and when we get the final bids, and last dollars to work, just on our share.
Motion by Lang, second by Hauser. Questions and or comments? Mr. Lang.
I just wanted, do we know what the balance will be then of the COVID fund? After we take that 220 out? Is this about it, or is there,
No, well,
we're getting down there, aren't we?
that's a great question, and not dodging your answer, but there's a lot of COVID money that has been put into POs that hasn't been spent. That's something that we want to look at and get a total on and get that re-encumbered.
Yeah, and I might add, we're just doing that right now. We just finished second quarter report. I prepared it and we'll submit it this month. So because we're coming towards the end of this first deadline of 2024, then we'll look at that. We might have a few thousand here, a few thousand there, and we come to council to ask to put that in a better area. So probably give you an update within the next couple of meetings of exactly where that stands. Okay,
Thank you.
The biggest thing is the deadline that it has to be spent by, because and you can indicate where it's going to be spent. But then. Once you've done that, after our first deadline, that's the only place it can be. And it can be, in a PO, but then it can't be moved after that. So, and that date is,
Well, it's the end of 26. It really has to be earmarked before the end of 24.
correct.
We're not sure yet that appropriating does that. It may, but it may take the encumbrance. But I'll be honest with you, that's where we're gonna talk to administration. I mean, I wanna get it spent. I don't wanna take it to the last 11th hour. And I don't want it tied up in a long-term contract that, what if material's gonna come? I mean, if it's spent one day late, it doesn't count. It's done. And so I don't wanna push that to the end. We might reallocate a few things and so we can get it spent for things we were gonna spend otherwise anyway. So we'll talk about that as we readjust.
Any additional questions and or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor, send this on to full council, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. And with that, this finance committee meeting stands adjourned. Next up is service.
Okay, we'll call the service committee meeting to order. Those present, myself, Brad, Neely, Foss, Klein, and Shute. Up first, ordinance number 24-26, an ordinance changing the zoning classification of certain real property generally described as 1845 West Main Street, Newark, Ohio, Licking County, Ohio parcel tax ID number 054-218160-00.000 from that of GB General Business Zoning District to LI Limited Industrial Zoning District, zoning code of the city of Newark, Ohio. Mr. Moore.
Yeah, this is a request that came into the office to, change the zoning on, what was formerly the Advantage Club. It's that property out on West Main Street, so ask that you forward it on to, planning commission.
You know the intended use.
I do not.
Question from the committee,
That's my question.
question from the audience. Seeing none, all those in favor is passing this on to council and planning committees, and probably saying aye. I'm sorry,
Motion.
Second.
thank you. Motion by Blunt, Neely, seconded by Blind. Now, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. That'll pass it, vote 5-0. Next, ordinance number 24-27, an ordinance changing the zoning classification of certain real property generally described as 2236 River Road, city of Newark, Licking County, Ohio. Parcel tax ID number 054-225738-00.000 and 054-225744-00.000 from that of MFC multifamily condo zoning district to MFR multifamily residence zoning district, zoning code of the Newark, Ohio. Morgan, what else you got going on in the neighborhood?
This is the, property owned by the Lindsay family, and it's the property adjacent to the new roundabout we're constructing at, Thornwood Crossing there. And, the applicant has the property under contract and is, wishing to change the zoning from condo to, multifamily residential district to be able to both build apartments instead of condominiums there.
Questions from the committee? Questions from the audience? Seeing none, do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Blind. Second by Claus. All those in favor of the passing of Sound Management, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. That motion will pass with a vote of 5-0. Thank you, Mr. Moorhead. And that concludes the service committee meeting and concludes committee meetings for the evening. Council will resume at 7 p.m. We involved in building work inside.